Hi, Kristen. Thanks for rejoining. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me now. Let me know. Hey, Anne. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'm just going to repost the link. Thanks for rejoining, guys, for your patience. I'm just going to get the new link. Hear me now? Great. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. 1 second. I'll post the link. I've got a new camera and I've just been having a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to get it to work, basically. Thanks all for rejoining. I'll get to it in 1 minute. I just need to pin this comment. And then I'll post the link. Post the list. How's everyone doing? Like I said, I'm going to try and do a few extra sessions, ideally like an extra one each week. So hopefully you guys will like that. But hey Kristen, hey Anne, hey Anshaman, Eco7, Kiki, Miller, Benny, thank you so much for being here. First up we have, and for anyone interested, I'm using the Neon Rider-Waite deck today. First up, let's get to it. So I think you guys have all been here before, so you know the how I read. I don't do yes, no, timelines or general, so please provide as much context as possible so that you receive a meaningful reading and that I can connect with your energy. And first up on the list we have Samreen, who I haven't actually seen, so I'm not sure. Can someone check if the link is working? I think it's the pinned one at the top that you need, KCMR. It's the pinned comment. I'm glad you're doing great, Kristen. That's nice to hear. I'm good as well. So I haven't seen Samreen, so we'll move on. Venny, my love, you are second on the list, so if you want to go ahead and post your question, please do, please do. So we have Venny, then we have Anshaman. So Anshaman, if you want to be ready. Oh, the link isn't working, okay. Darn. Why not? I wonder. I've still got the original list, Patricia. So that's fine. Let me try and do this. If you can try that link in the pinned comment now. It's working for me when I test it, so hopefully... Right. So let's get to it. Let me know about the link. Hopefully that is working now. And we have Veni, are you still here? Please go ahead, post your question. We have Veni, we have Anshuman. Are you here? Are you here? I'll just give them a few minutes because there's, like I always say, there's a bit of a delay in the chat for me. Go ahead and post, please, guys. So there's Veni's question. I believe we did that question last time, Veni, so it's best to explore further and deeper, I would recommend, rather than asking just repeat questions. So if you want to rephrase that question, if maybe you want to look at the best way for you to deal with this connection, is it going slower than what you expect? Because I remember the last reading that we had, it was very positive. May just require some patience, but like I say, repeat questions back to back. It's not really useful to work with the tarot that way, okay? Go ahead and post, Anshuman, it's fine. So I've got your question ready to go. So tell me more, is it going to slow, this relationship? Tell me about issues or problems that you're experiencing. Thank you, Kiki, for confirming. I can see people have been added to lists, that's great. Thank you for letting me know. So, like I say, context detail, it allows me to give you a meaningful reading. Anshuman, go ahead, post your question. So, Veni, you may be typing, but yes, let me know about this connection. What problems are you experiencing? Are you feeling anxious? Is it going too slow? Okay. So Veni says, yes, going slow, but I believe a breakthrough is coming in upcoming weeks. So hold on to that energy, okay? Believe in your intuition that is telling you that, yeah? But let's see how you need to approach this relationship. What's the best way for you to... There we go. Trust the process, Veni. 10 of Cups is a beautiful, beautiful card to see. Confirmation. Look at this. This is a couple with children, which can denote marriage, long-term commitment, happily ever after. 10 of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment, Veni. So much like I believe the last reading that we did on this connection was very promising. Your intuition, it says that you believe a breakthrough is coming as well. So believe in yourself, trust your gut. This is the cards spirit confirming as well. So I think you've got self-doubt, which is natural when we care about someone, when we love someone, when we're at the, we're waiting for that next step of commitment. But spirit is saying we need to try and release that self-doubt. We need to start believing in this connection, because insecurities and anxieties can bring issues to relationships that don't need to be there. Okay, so try to ground yourself, work on your mindset, do practice in your life ways to ground yourself and manage your anxiety. If that's through what makes you feel more in control, a manifestation practice, exercising, meditation, visualization, all that good stuff helps us get centered and gets our energy to drop down within our bodies and feel more secure. So don't let your insecurities get the better of you, Venny, and mess this up, okay? You are on track, you're doing well. This is good energy between you and your person. So I hope that resonated. So Anshuman, hey Alvin, welcome to the chat, welcome to the reads, you're on the list. Anshuman asks, what is Shiuli's, sorry if I'm pronouncing that, butchering that wrong, feelings and actions for me? We weren't in contact for 4 months, and 2 days ago she texted me and she sounded awkward. I don't know why, but I haven't saved my number yet. Is this an ex-partner? Anshuman, I'm glad that resonated, Venny. You're welcome, Venny. Is this an ex-partner then, Anshuman? I'm glad I pronounced that right. What's their feelings towards you? What's their likely actions towards you? She's your ex. She's just popped up out of the blue. 3 of Pentacles pops out. She wants to work this out. She wants to work it through. 3 of Pentacles is all about teamwork, Anshuman. It's about maybe what brought you to being each other's exes was different outlooks, different approaches to life, a different viewpoint on maybe a particular issue even that became like a deal breaker. I don't know the ins and outs, obviously, of why your connection broke down, but the reason why she's reached out to you, the reason why she's come back to you is because she does want to work this out and she wants to work it through. 3 of Pentacles is about having a common goal, and that common goal is to rebuild this connection. Like you might not feel the same, you might not reciprocate these feelings, and your heart might be elsewhere. So your choice, Anshuman, of how you want to proceed with this, but very much 3 of Pentacles is confirmation. She wants to work with you and she wants to overcome any issues of the past, okay? So you say she did tell you originally to stay away to give her peace. Now she's had a change of heart. So over to you, Anshuman. If you are still interested, maybe worth exploring. If not, time to move on. Well, she wants to work it out and she wants to work it through. So over to you on how you respond to that, Anshuman. Next up we have Kristen. I'm just going to post an updated list. We have Kristen, my love, and then we have Anne Franklin, if you want to be ready. You are on the list, KCMR, so I post, if you just look at the Nightbot messages, all the instructions, all the how these lives work is all in the Nightbot chat messages. I post lists regularly, so just keep an eye out in the chat to know where you are, yeah? Hey Tia Bia, my love. List is still open. You're welcome, Anshuman. Tia's on the list. So Kristen asked, hi Seer, so things are going slow between me and S. I want to know his feelings and intentions. I know I sound a little eager, nothing wrong with that, Kristen. I just want to be sure I do not want to get hurt again. Yeah. Let's have a look at S's intentions and feelings, Kristen, okay? In the context as well of maybe what's slowing this down, yeah? Why is it going slow? I'm interested. Major Arcana Strength. Interesting. Going to pull a clarifying card. I mean, there is a transition happening here, Kristen. Six of Swords is moving from turbulent times. So tell what resonates with that. If that's direct, you know, within this connection, that it got turbulent, the waters got choppy. We are moving into a calmer period for sure. We're still working on our mindset, maybe on both sides, about working this out, working this through. And there's some baggage, maybe, some ideas from the past, some outdated ideas, okay, that need to be left in the past. And I think it is going to take some strength from you, Kristen, to get through this in a way. And if you feel that this connection is worth it, strength being, I feel like holding on to your own ego around this. Not ego, I don't mean that negatively, but like the say the slow pace of it, for that not to reflect, like make you feel insecure about yourself. I feel like this card has come through, the strength card is like that you need to hold your nerve, hold your water, hold your nerve, and maybe like be as unresponsive almost as you can to him about any insecurities that are going on for you. Even if you feel, like you say, you feel eager, or even if you feel like a bit needy even inside, which is totally normal and is okay, but just as long as you don't show that to them, it doesn't matter, okay? Like you can feel those feelings but still hold your nerve, and even present to them, you know, because this is the truth, Kristen, actually, that you will survive either way, with or without them. And we are moving in the right direction. So this is like the comfort card as well, okay? We are moving in the right direction. We are moving together. So this is both your energies. So he is with you. So if it's slower moving than you want, I can understand that, how can trigger us, but we just need to hold our water, hold our nerve, and don't give too much away, or that you're too, just stand strong. Stand strong. So I hope that resonated. Tricky to navigate, but going in the right direction, I believe. So Bobana, list is still open. You are on the list. Thanks, Anne, for posting. After Anne, we have Kiki, and then we have Danny Baby, if you want to be ready to post. So Anna, I recently received a proposal from someone, exciting, and his parents are coming to meet me this Sunday. I'd like to know what the energy around this upcoming meeting looks like. Sure thing. Whether there's any potential for a meaningful connection. Absolutely. Keep us posted, Kristen. So Spirit, please bring a message through for Anne regarding this meeting this Sunday. I don't think you'll come out of this meeting with a clear answer, because the Four of Swords in this setting, Anne, it's almost like a pause, like that feeling. What I'm getting, that feeling of almost of holding your breath. So it's not to say that this will be a negative meeting, but I feel like that you won't have 100% clarity either way. There's some kind of flip-flopping going on here about, I don't know if from the parents this might come from, or where this will come from, but the Five of Wands is like a card of, in this setting as well, of like needing to work a few things out before we can get on the same page, Anne, okay? So maybe certain questions. I don't know what's discussed, obviously, at these meetings, how in-depth it goes. Maybe you won't find out till after. But I feel like you'll be left with almost, you know, that feeling of waiting, really. And maybe knowing that a few things need to be worked out. One more card, please, Spirit. Yeah. So there it's got you in anxieties and fears. And we must remember about this card, the Nine of Swords, okay, that it's generally our fears are unfounded, okay? So yeah, it could manifest that it'll be your inner conflict, that you come away with an uncertainty. Not feeling like you'll have more questions to ask. It will take, what I would say is it's going to take more than one meeting to feel certain about this, Anne, okay? Because here we are, the Nine of Swords, of you feeling in your head about this, having some worries and fears. Now, the silver lining of this card, of the Nine of Swords, is that your fears are generally unfounded, and it's those kind of, when our mind and our fears get the better of us and we go to worst case scenarios. So try to manage that when that happens, if you start to get into your anxiety and fear, which is what this card to me reads as well, you know, almost waiting for these swords to drop, waiting for something bad to happen in a way. But I actually think it's with the 5 of Wands, we must remember always with the 5 that this passes quite quickly. At the time when this conflict's going on, this uncertainty, this not being able to see a straightforward path, it passes quickly when it's a 5, okay? So at the time, it can often with 5s, it feels like a very big deal. It can feel dramatic. You will go to worst case scenarios, but actually it can be resolved. It will blow over just as fast as it has come. But I suppose Spirit has brought these cards through to prepare you, and don't jump to worst case scenarios, worst case outcomes. What you need to think and remember and hold on to is this can be worked out. Okay, so if it's like your internal conflict or something between you and the family or them, it feels more like it's niggles rather than, you know, deal breaking issues that this can't move forward. But it may feel like it at the time, like a deal breaker, but it's not. Okay, so it can be worked out, it can be worked through these issues. Remember that if you begin to spiral on, okay? Keep us posted, let us know how that goes, Anne. But if you find yourself worrying, fearful, remember that 5 of Wands, this can be worked out, this will pass. So next we have, so I hope that resonated, Anne. Next we have Kiki, then we have Danny Baby, if you are here. Kiki, I think you are here. You're welcome, Anne. Kiki, Danny Baby. I'm not sure if Danny Baby's here. Miller. For anyone new here, if you want to be added to the list, please just click the link in the pinned comment. I'm closing it in a few minutes because the list is filling up. Thank you, Kiki. Go ahead and post your question, Miller. Thank you. So Kiki asks, hello there, I'm single for a very long time now. So what can I expect in upcoming love or a partner? Let's have a look. So Kiki, this is for you. What's next in love for Kiki, please, Spirit? Look at that card. Woo. So you've been in a waiting period, Kiki. That's what this card is about. And now the 3 of Wands, though, this is the promise of a wish coming true, because the story behind this card is someone is stood on the shoreline and they are waiting for their ships to come in. And this is the ships coming in to shore. And these ships represent the relationship that you want and desire, Kiki. And the energy of this card as well, because it's Wands, the Wands energy is ruled by fire. So I believe that, Spirit, maybe you have been doing this and that's why you've been single for a while. But it's like holding out for someone, a connection that is the real deal, okay? Not settling. Wands are all about passion. They're about ambitions as well. So it's like setting the bar high, like being ambitious in love, which is a great thing to be. Holding out for someone where there is a passionate connection. There's a real spark. It's about being able to, that there's a future as well, like planning for the future, looking out onto the horizon and having ambitions for this relationship. That's what you're manifesting. That's why you're waiting. Okay, this waiting period is not meaningless or empty. You are holding space for the right connection. Okay, and this is from Spirit. It says keep doing what you're doing, keep holding space, The ships are, which is the relationship that you desire, are on their way to you. The promise that it will come through. You will meet this person that you have that spark with, that passion with. Continue to hold that bar high, okay? Okay, I'm going to close the list now. Just bear with me one moment. There we go. Okay. Miller asks, hello dear, how are you? What do you see happening between me and Mikkel by the end of 2025? Is the first meeting a new start happening? Okay. On, off, he recently contacted, still never met. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's see what the energy is for where you'll be sort of by the end of 2025. It's just one question per person, Kiki. Contact was last week. Thanks, Miller. Oh, this card doesn't want to come out. Okay, this is nice. This is nice, Miller. So we are entering, by the end of 2025, you and Mikkel, okay, where will you be? You will be in a more balanced place than where you are now, okay? So Six of Pentacles is all about reciprocity, so equal give and take. So this is the future energy of this connection, okay, and where, so maybe if it feels unbalanced, or, you know, I know you've said that there's been a lot of in-out energy between you. I see things becoming more balanced. If you see this scale here that is balanced, it has quite an abundant energy, this card as well. So this person is giving their coins away. It's like that they are giving freely of their energy, of their resources. And because it's a 6, so a 3 and a 3, if you think of that kind of balancing energy. And you'll find, I think, as you work things out, work things through, if contact can progress and become more regular, that what you're putting in, that you will get back. So this is a really nice energy, and it's more stable, I think, than what you are feeling now. You know, you're very much in the unknown. You know, we have early stages, really. Even if this contact has been going on for some time, the fact that you haven't met and that has yet to come, that will help move things forward if we can get to that point of meeting in real life, grounding this connection in reality. And yeah, by 2025 we'll be in a more balanced place than where you are now, so something to look forward to. So I hope that resonated, Miller, and keep us posted. Yeah. So next we have Eco 7, my love, if you were here. I'm just going to do an update for the list. So this is the final list, because the list is closed now. So we have Eco 7 and we have Patricia. I'll just wait for a few minutes for you to go ahead and post. And I'll be live again, just so everyone knows as well, I'll be live again tomorrow. I'll confirm the time later on today. So please do join us then if you would like to receive another reading. It'll be great to see you there. Miller says, definitely more stable than now. Yeah, now is more off than on. Thanks so much, dear. You're very welcome, Miller. Keep us posted, yeah? Okay, so I'm not sure if Eco7 or Patricia are here. So we move on to, we have supporting character and KCMR. Let me know who's here. So Eco7, Patricia, supporting character, KCMR. Please go ahead, post your question. Hey Patricia. So Patricia, I don't do general readings, so if you want to focus your question more, if there's a particular area that you want to look at money, finances, love. Okay, Eco7, I'll go. I didn't see your question actually. I don't think it's posted, Eco7. I can't see it. No problem, Patricia. Thanks for letting me know. So, like I say, I don't do general. I find more specific questions to give more meaningful readings. So career for Patricia. Okay, Eco7, if you can post again. I can't find your question in the chat. Oh, there we go. Thank you. So, Eco7 and then Patricia, I'll read for, okay? Thanks for your patience, guys. Eco7 asks, I've chosen a store name and logo design. Awesome. May I ask what energy or potential the future holds if I fully commit to this path? Yes, absolutely. Spirit, tell me about the energy of Eco7's store. And if they fully commit to this path, what will this bring? It will move things forward fast for you, Eco7. So if you feel like you're in a space and in a place where you can now fully commit, you know, the energy is there and the clarity and the mindset and the time, you know, practical issues as well. I know that you've got a lot going on and you wear many hats. But if you feel ready that that space and that time is ready for you to switch things up a gear and fully commit, then 8 of Wands is fast moving energy. Okay, so you will see movement, things will pick up pace, you will see things begin to speed up for you and progress. Yeah, because it's all about what we have, what we focus on, isn't it? And our intention. So it's not about burnout, so you don't have to go crazy, have at this, but there is something about those words and that energy of being kind of all in and fully committed and determined and consistent to really see movement and put intentional action and, you know, do show up how you know that you need to. If you do that, you'll see the movement and change that you also want to see and that you've been waiting for. So that's exciting, and it's fire energy. Wands is fire, so it's movement, change, kicking up the dust, things suddenly propelling forward. So that's exciting energy, and that is the potential, and that is the results of what will happen if you go all in. You will shift the dial, yeah? So exciting. I hope that resonated, Eco. So Patricia, my love, let's have a look for career. So are you in, what are your career plans? What are your ambitions? Are you employed? Are you between jobs? Are you looking for a promotion? Let me know. After Patricia, we have supporting character. Thank you for posting. Then we have KCMR. So Patricia, just tell me a little bit about what you're focusing on in your career. What is happening? Okay. So you're employed but miserable where you are. You want to upgrade. Okay. Okay, Patricia, this is for you. Let's see what Spirit's guidance. What's coming in August specifically? Ooh, Major Arcana, the Empress. How beautiful. What a beautiful answer, because I know that you're struggling. This is, I'm going to pull another card, but the Empress card is a beautiful reminder from Spirit, reminding you who you are and what you're capable of. And the Empress is the divine feminine energy, like the ultimate kind of representation of the divine feminine energy here. And that's all about divine feminine is being able to work with the energy in a, not in a forceful way, okay? So maybe the job that you're in now is very demanding, is very kind of a harsh, maybe masculine energy. You're a Taurus, so ruled by Venus. So yeah, you are someone who, the Empress is all about nurturing, okay? And the Empress is very in tune with nature, so not forcing the issue. So there's a few messages here. The Empress is, even though you're in a difficult situation now, we need to nurture ourselves. And yeah, you've been trying to tap into your receiving energy. Fantastic, Patricia. So that abundant, like you say, that opportunity and the right opportunity, manifesting that, attracting that. And I suppose as well, not waiting for the right opportunity. So rather than, it's very tempting when you're miserable to jump from the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, just to go for the next opportunity. And I feel like Spirit wants you to try to nurture yourself as much as you can, even within the difficult situation that you're in, but also to, so then sort of free up the pressure of that you can make the right decision and the right move and the right choice. It's a very masculine job, yeah. So tell me, Spirit, about the next opportunity for Patricia. Yeah, so there we go. You will get the opportunity. This is, so I want to increase my pay while I don't need to struggle. Yeah, I want to work smarter, not harder. So this is the money coming in because it's Pentacles, which is about practical issues. It's about money. And this is, look at this, literally an opportunity being presented to you. Ace of Pentacles, that new opportunity that holds the potential. And look how it kind of echoes here, particularly for you, just this message alongside this Empress. Like, here is this gateway and all this kind of nature and flowers and Empress energy here. So we're transitioning into we're moving away from the masculine, okay? We can be in our divine feminine and attract a divine feminine job with the essence of that, yeah, that isn't so forceful and so masculine, and draining, and more, and we can still be rewarded and still meet our financial goals and receive the money that we need. So fantastic energy, two really positive cards, Patricia. A way to kind of handle the situation now is to nurture yourself, to lean into your divine feminine as much as you can. Even though your job is trying to always push you into your masculine, try to not respond to that as much as you can and stay in your divine feminine. Attract this divine feminine new job, new role, and then here it is arriving. This job opportunity, this offer that will come through to you, and then you can transition. So really nice energy, Patricia. Keep us posted. I hope that resonated. Okay. Supporting character, my love. This is for you. Yeah, really positive, Patricia. So supporting character says, hi, what will the person who inspired my novel will think about it when it's published? So how will it be received by this person? Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Two Queens. So I have to ask supporting character, are they perceived in this book? Have you put them in a negative light or a positive light? Because there's something about the Queen of Pentacles here. What first came through to me was, are you... I feel like it'll stir things up for them and that they'll have questions. And there is some concern maybe about them worrying if you are profiting off them. I'm just reading what the cards say. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't with this. I don't know the ins and outs of this situation. But two Queens, okay, that's quite feisty. That's a big reaction in some ways, okay? Because the Queen of Wands as well, the Queen of Wands likes to be in control of a situation and is very action orientated. They are a leader, they make things happen. But when you get on the wrong side of, you know, any queen, there can be some difficult questions to ask. So maybe even if you have portrayed them in a good light, in a positive light, I don't know how that you have expressed about them. There is something here about them being a little bit uneasy. Yeah. So that's why that question of money, because it's Queen of Pentacles, which is about 3D money. So obviously if you're writing about someone negative as well, it's a simple answer that they're not going to be happy about it. And something Queen of Pentacles here about profiting off them, maybe raised questions there. Queen of Wands is ruled by the element of fire, so some frustration, some anger even, and wanting to take some action. So what I would say is be ready. Maybe you knew this was coming, okay, but you still decided to do it, which is fine, free will, that you wanted to share something and express yourself creatively. But if we're doing that, then you maybe knew that this reaction was coming, and this energy is confirming that, okay? Doesn't matter about gender, with it being queens, doesn't matter either way. But yeah, there'll be some questions to be answered, okay? So expect some questions and to be challenged. So get ready for that. Support character, okay? Hope that resonated. Next up we have KCMR. Yep, so just answering how you, I'm not challenging you in any way, spoken character, just answering the question, how will it be received by them? There's your answer. So how you respond to that obviously is entirely up to you. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation. Thank you, KCMR. So KCMR asked, hi Seer, will my ex Nixon and me, Carrie-Anne, ever see or talk again? No contact since the breakup. How will that energy or interaction be? Will we both want reconciliation? Has he moved on? Should I let go? Okay, so I don't do yes no questions, KCMR, but what I'll do is I'll check in, do an energy check-in to see how Nixon feels about you and feels about this situation, okay? And that'll tell us as well, kind of likely next actions, if there's still feelings there, etc. Let's do an energy check-in on Nixon, though, about this situation. Alvin, you're next if you are here. Please post your question. So, Spirit, please give us an energy check-in on Nixon and how they feel about this situation with Carrie-Anne. Oh, justice. So they want some kind of justice, yeah? So fairly or unfairly, I don't know the ins and outs. Kerry, of why this ended, why it brought to break down this connection. But they feel wronged in some way by you still, that they're in their feelings, and justice is about wrongs being righted and fair outcomes into questions of integrity. So major arcana, so the energy is still strong between you. So were they frustrated with you? Have they expressed any frustration with you, or is it that they messed up? Because I do feel that, wrongly or rightly, because this is their energy, not your energy, that they want some kind of justice. Doesn't mean to say that that's fair, that they are blaming you for something. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. What are they going to do? We ended abruptly. Look at this. 2 major arcanas. This is crazy. So this story isn't over. Okay, so the connection is still strong. There is tension here. There is issues to be worked out for sure. But with 2 major arcana showing up here for you, Carrie-Anne, the energetic tie and the energetic pull is still strong. So there we go. He does feel wronged because he says I put him out of the home. Okay, so that's, like I say, it's, even if that was a valid reason why you took those actions and that he messed up, but he's in the energy still, Carrie-Anne, of feeling like that he was wronged. Yeah. So it may just take some time for this to settle down, because I don't know how much, if you were to communicate now, I don't know how much progress that you might just get into it, into an argument again. That you both feel like you're in the right and you're both feeling wronged. So that's a tricky situation to be in. There's no third party that I see here. I just see them being in their frustration and in their anger and feeling like that it shouldn't have gone down the way it did. The High Priestess is you're going to have to trust your intuition about when the right time is for you to reconnect, okay? The High Priestess is all about being able to read situations on a deeper level, about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. And she doesn't get her feathers aren't ruffled easily because she's able to kind of see beyond. She's able to see to the truth. She's able to read people. So what I would say, Carrie Ann, is let's see the best way for you to deal with this, okay? You need to trust your intuition and you need to trust your gut. You're the High Priestess in this situation. Or both Scorpio, okay? So there's a stubbornness there that you'll both dig in, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. Of course you would feel hurt because of his blocking. So what can Carrie Ann do to okay. You will have a difficult decision to make, KCMR, okay? That is what you're being faced with. Again, it's about trusting your instinct and your intuition. So for your answers, you're going to have to go within, okay? So kind of tune out other people's voices, other people's opinion. You're going to have to do what you need to do and what you want to do, okay? If you want reconciliation, you may have to compromise and let them have their feelings of being of injustice. If you want to give this another go, the difficult choice that you have, I suppose, KCMR, is asking yourself, is this something that you want to go back to? Was this working for you? Was it giving you what you needed? Is there still hope? Is there still potential? Is this something that you want to give your energy to? Your intuition will already be telling you what to do. Your job, Carrie Ann, is to quiet the noise around you and inside of you, to listen to that quiet nagging voice that is telling you what you need to do. If you need to revisit this and see it out with this person and see if there's anything left of this connection, that's totally fair enough. Go for it wholeheartedly, but you may need to compromise and kind of give them a bit of rope and say, okay, we both, give them their, okay, I understand that you feel like you were mistreated in some ways, etc. Or you might feel that, no, I want to cut this person off and search for pastures new and look for new connections. Only you can make that decision. It's a difficult decision, but listen, your intuition. You are the High Priestess. She is led by her intuition as well. That's what you need to tap into, that already knows and is already telling you what to do. So try to trust that. It will take courage, it will take bravery, and it might be saying we need to go back and see if this connection, if there's anything left there, or it might be telling you it's time to walk away. Like I say, if you go back to it, there will be some compromise that needs to take place. I hope that resonated. Keep us posted, yeah? Still in limbo, yeah. Yeah, still in that Two of Swords energy. So next up, we have Alvin. The list is closed today for anyone asking. Thank you for being here. I will be live again tomorrow. I'll be posting the booking list later on this evening, so do watch out for that if you want to pre-book. But I'll be going live again tomorrow for anyone who's missed the list today. Hey Tia, thanks for posting. I'll read for Tia, and I'm waiting for Alvin to post. If you can just post your question again, like I say, if you just hold your ass, maybe I asked you to post, Alvin, sorry. If you could just post it again. Tia, I'll read for you. So Esther Pisces and I have been very communicative and spending time with each other after our disagreement. Nice. Just energy check on where it's going. Absolutely. That sounds nice, Tia. It sounds positive. Able to move beyond disagreements, which is good. Builds trust, yeah? Instead of things, you know, having disagreements and it meaning more than it should, yeah? Let's have a look at where this connection is going. Where's it going, Spirit? Anxiety is still lingering here, Tia. But it's a prison of your own making, always with this card. Tying ourselves in knots. Blinding ourselves in some ways to the truth. I mean, maybe this is just going to take time, Tia, for you to trust this situation after the past, okay, and love connections and the damage that was done, yeah, in those connections to your heart, to your mind, yeah, to your outlook. So I'm not saying that's totally valid and that's totally realistic and human and natural. Let me know if you resonate with this anxiety, or if that's something that you deal with in a broader sense as well. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, look at that. Because we have a major arcana, the Star card, which is a wish come true. So this does have the, I feel like this has come through for you before, but I don't know why. I'm having like a deja vu. That can often talk about jumping timelines, but the Star card is about a wish come true. And that is the potential of this connection, okay? That it's the real deal. It's kind of what you hope for. And when we're presented with something that sees and feels like the real deal, that can get really scary as well. Like if it's what we've normally been dealt with, of people letting us down, kind of having like, oh, here we go again. This is how it always goes. And yes, that is fulfilling what I normally expect. But this, all along, this connection is kind of, the cards have always said this has had the promise, this connection of being different, of being better. And here we are again with the promise of the Star, the promise of a wish come true. So that's really positive. And that can bring its own fears and its own anxiety. So all we can do really is be kind to ourselves when we're feeling like this, okay? Do what we can to ground ourselves. Tia says, I do deal with anxiety, so you probably know all the stuff that you need to do or that you're advised to do, yeah? And I think you should continue to do that when Tia says, it does feel real, but I'm protecting my heart. Continue to do that. Do not just lay it out all on the table. Take as much time as you need. And manage your anxieties and your fears along the way. Try to take the pressure, if you are pressuring yourself maybe for I don't know, to be a certain way, or thinking too much about the future, getting caught up in the future. It's easier said than done, but try to be in the present. Try to manage this kind of energy, Tia, okay, if you find yourself in that, because there is, in answer to your question, where is this going, it has the potential to be the Star card, a wish come true, but that brings its own problems. So be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, give yourself patience, do what you can to manage those fears. Meditation, manifestation, whatever makes you feel kind of more grounded and in control of the situation will all be helpful. I hope that resonated to you. Hey Ivo, thank you for being here. Anyone entering who's new here, thank you so much for being here. The list is closed for today, but I will be live again tomorrow. I'll confirm the time later today. So Alvin, this is for you. Thank you, Bhavana, for helping in the chat. If you want to post your question as well, I'll read for you after Alvin. So Alvin asks, what is next for Kay and I? We dated long distance last year, and I was back in her country last week, but she didn't visit me, even though she said she'd make it happen. Okay, I feel her energy pull so strong. Interesting. Let's see what's going on. Alvin, this is for you. What's the energy between Alvin and Kay, please, Spirit? Have a look at specifically Kay's energy as well, because this is interesting. Queen of Cups is okay. So Queen of Cups is that there is big emotions here, yeah. So you say you feel that energy pull very strong, and that's very much Queen of Cups energy, sorry. Queen of Cups is about love, romance. It's about being in our feelings. And I feel as well that there are actually strong feelings on the other side, so with Kay as well. But I don't know what went down, maybe because it's long distance, maybe the reasons why it faded out. I don't know the ins and outs, the history there, but the energy that they are in is this Seven of Pentacles, and they are thinking about you, and they are thinking about this connection, but they have a lot of questions, okay? And I feel like there's a skepticism here, maybe because it is long distance. They're asking them, look at the contemplation here. Could this work out? Is this something that I want to revisit? Is this something that I want to get back into? Looking back at the history, yeah, about the Seven of Pentacles, looking back is very much looking at what worked, what didn't. There is a lot of questions here, okay, Alvin, and that's why that they didn't visit you. That's why that they didn't make it happen. There were too many questions and there was some skepticism. So if you want this if you're invested in this and you feel that strong pull, it's going to take some time. It's going to take energy for you to really win them, back over, and get them invested and get them to kind of get buy-in that this is worth their while. Because they may have got very hurt, maybe more hurt than what you realised in the last interaction. And they got involved, they got invested, and then the long distance or whatever went down, it didn't work out. And so, yeah, they have a lot of questions. And if you really want this to happen, Alvin, then you're going to have to prove to them that it can work and that it's worth them getting their heart involved again. So I hope that resonated. Thank you, Babana's Tarot. Hey, thanks in advance. I just want to know if my reunion with my dad and his family have a good outcome. Interesting. And if they will be open to me moving closer to connect with them. Okay, deep question there, Babana. Let's have a look at the energy. Whoa, I'm going to keep shuffling. Let's have a look at the energy surrounding this reunion, okay? What is it going to bring? Some sadness here, Babana, about the past. Some comment about lost time. It's like the Five of Pentacles. I mean, I think from your Babana's tarot, obviously you're probably familiar, like that you read tarot too, but the Five of Pentacles, you know, in a career reading, say, is about feeling poor in some ways, but this is like an emotional reading, so it's almost that feeling emotionally poor, if that makes sense, if that resonates. Yeah, I'm going to pull another card. Judgment. So this is a karmic card, and obviously this is a karmic energy between, you know, obviously with our dad, with our family, there's deep karmic ties more often than not. Okay, it's people that we've been through lifetimes with. We've got lessons to learn from these people. So it's a heavy energy, and I feel like that it's about the Judgment card is all about what we've done in the past, and that coming back to bite us, either in a good way or a bad way. Yeah, so if we've kind of done the right thing in the past, if we've put in the work, or then we will be rewarded for that. It's like a day of reckoning, which sounds quite intense. Let me know if this resonates, okay? And if someone, so I don't know, has your family, have they let you down? Has your dad let you down? Maybe you've let each other down. I mean, you're the child, so it is, however old you are, it is the parent's responsibility in many respects. I think they'll always be your dad. But I'm just rereading your question. So it's a reunion of sorts. So there'll be stuff to work out, is what I feel like the energy of both these cards is, and that we can't avoid the past. So don't enter into this. Maybe you're going into this with your eyes wide open, Babana, okay? But don't go into this with a realistic expectation, okay? So if mistakes were being in the past, that there's some healing to be done here about the lost time, about the wherever that feeling of lack comes in this connection, okay? it's not, you're not going to be able to just sort of slide past that, okay? So some healing will need to take place, and that is the job of the Judgment card here, okay? So there's a lot of potential here, but I would say don't try to avoid the past. Instead, be prepared to face the repercussions of the past. Like you say, if it's that your dad has that you feel that, for example, this might not be the case, but if they've let you down in the past, then there's some healing that will need to be done. But we're in it together, yeah? That's the two of you. It's been difficult. It has been difficult, and you both give each other, there's a potential here, you both give each other the grace to move through this and get through this together. But some feelings might come up in you, Babana, as well, like some sadness, some anger even, of feeling let down. That Judgment card there, old feelings resurfacing. So, interesting energy. It will stir things up, and go into this with your eyes wide open. But wishing you all the best with that. Keep us posted. Let us know how it goes, yeah? No problem, Samreen. I did have to skip you, obviously. I'm short on time today, like now, so I will have to end the live early, but I'll be back tomorrow, Samreen, if you want to join us then. So we have Kristen, and then we have Shraddha. Shraddha, I see your question. And then we have Misa. You're welcome, Babana, you're welcome. This is the final list. So Kristen, Shraddha, Nisa. I'm going to read for Shraddha because they've already posted. So thank you, Shraddha. This is for you. Give me a shout out that you're here. What can I expect next for me and M? Talking stage, not committed yet. Okay, let's have a look at the energy for Shraddha and M. Early stages. Ooh, Justice, Major Arcana though. So this always denotes that there's potential here, Shraddha, big energy. Interesting. So Justice is, like I say, it's a major arcana. So this tells me that there's potential, there is big potential between you and your person. Okay, Shraddha. And Justice is about like you getting some kind of justice, like a fair outcome. I don't know if you've had difficult history in relationships, things that haven't worked out, on-off situations, felt let down. And this will in some ways feel like some kind of justice with this person, like that this will work out, and that will feel like some kind of reckoning for you and justice for you after a difficult period. That's often what it feels like when we can find our person. All that kind of negative stuff about the past and maybe resentment or loneliness that we might feel, it just kind of fades away, yeah, because we think, okay, all roads kind of led to this person. So it has a lot of potential for that, and to feel like some kind of justice for you after maybe a difficult period. Now, interestingly, we've got the Seven of Cups as well. So I feel like that you will have options and choices. So maybe other relationship interests, other relationship opportunities that already may be going on for you, Shraddha. What I would say is, because the Seven of Cups is to be kind of realistic about who is the best person for you. Don't try to juggle too many people, or maybe someone you were drawn to them, but really in your heart of hearts, you know they're not the right person for you. It's that kind of energy. So don't get caught up in illusions or delusions. Okay, we need to make the right decision for yourself, and in a way, like, pick the person who is right for you and best for you. So yes, there is this connection, but on the horizon, I also see other opportunities and other connections. You may already know who those people are, or it could be new energies coming through. At this point, we don't mess it up in a way, like make sure that you go with the person that really there is the most potential for a long-lasting relationship, if that's what you want. You know, if you want something committed, if you want something long-term, then be honest with yourself. And if people are giving you certain people might be giving you red flags and you kind of want it to work out, but if you're really honest with yourself, you know that that connection doesn't have a future. So let's focus on the person that does. And that in turn as well will also be your justice. So it's self-preservation. Interesting energy. I hope that resonated, Shraddha. I don't think Kristen's here. So Misa, are you here? Just let me know. Kristen or Misa, you are last on the list. Give me a shout if you're here. Samreen says, I want you to make a short video on the rings. Really? What I'll tell you is I got them, well, various places actually, but a lot of them are from a company called Boho Moon, Samreen. Nowhere very exciting or expensive, but Boho Moon is where I got the majority of these rings from. I can't remember where I got that from. One Astrid and Miu, I think, is another one. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Shraddha says, it does resonate actually. Your previous predictions came true. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that feedback. Thank you, Shraddha. Keep us posted. Other options, exactly, but go with your choice, who you know who's best for you, Shraddha. Right, I don't think Kristen and Misa are here, so I'm going to end the live. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate your energy, appreciate your questions. I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of the day, rest of the evening, wherever you are. Catch me tomorrow. I'll be live again. Love and light.